but it's a bit late to change tactics now. I charge towards the gladiator as well, and I attempt to catch him off guard with my speed so that I can quickly disarm him before he recovers. I somehow managed to surprise him even when he was the one who initiated the attack. I use my scimitar like a hook to pull his back. Oh, I have a scimitar now, right? I forgot about that. Pull his battle axe out of his hands by its head. Once my opponent gets disarmed, I make a quick rush forward towards him with my weapon. In an attempt to dodge me, he falls on his back, and I immediately put my blade to his throat, not giving him a chance to get back up. Wait, the gladiator screams all of a sudden. I surrender. This is the fight to the death, warrior, the announcer says coldly. Surrendering is not allowed. Please, gladiator says in a pleading voice, looking directly at me. Please have mercy. I don't want to die. Please, kill him, kill him, kill him. The spectators start chanting in unison. I did kill him last time, as far as I can remember, because I didn't want to fight him. Chants are only getting louder while I stand there with my blade at the warrior's throat, thinking what to do. At this point, we are supposed to stab him in the leg, and we will get a achievement for it. Stab him in the right leg, but spare his life. Yeah, sure. Public speaker. Ignore the crowds. I use my blade to stab the gladiator in his right leg. This should be enough to make sure that he won't be fighting me in the final round, and then turn my back on him and start walking away. What do you think you're doing? The announcer says. I'm going back to my division room. I say, the fight is over. I won. No, the fight is not over until I say it is over. Announcer says. Now get back there and finish the job. Nah, I say. What is your problem? The announcer says. The man isn't your friend. I bet you have never even seen him before this arena event. Why are you not killing him? I refuse to kill a guy I've just met for the sole purpose of your entertainment, I say. My goal was to incapacitate him in order to not have him fight in the final round. If you want to kill him, do it yourself. I'm not going to announce your win until you kill this man. The announcer says, then make him the winner. I say, I don't care, I'm done here. As I take my leave, the crowds begin booing me. Their shouts and insults are only getting louder as I approach my division room. Shut up, I shout at them as I finally snap. The voice from the crowd slowly dies down as the spectators are all looking at me curiously to see what I have to say. What the hell is wrong with you? I continue. Is this what you consider entertainment, watching people murder each other and get mauled by wild beasts? How sick in the head do you have to be to get enjoyment out of something like this? You're all pathetic. Does it make you feel good? You know that some people have even worse life than you? Is this why you're watching this crap? I've got news for you. As soon as you walk out of here, it's going to be the same crappy lives waiting for you outside, and you all deserve it. The way you all are all treating these gladiators in the same way that the nobles are treating you. Have no right to complain about anything that is going on in your life. How about you all take a small break and do a bit of self-reflection before you start booing me again like a bunch of mindless sheep? I'm going back to my cell. I'm done with you idiots. Unsurprisingly, as soon as I finish my speech, the booing from the crowd gets louder than even before. The swearing is now a lot more diverse as well. I ignore the sheep, and I return to my division area without as much as a single glance towards any of them. Wow, Layla writes, when the iron gate closes behind me. That was quite the speech. Yeah, I say simply. We both watch the next fight in silence. So here's the difference. This is the same thing happening the last time. They are not calling Darren, Hardrick, or me or Barry for fight. Kate has been called to fight, but she decided not to because she's an undesirable. She can deny a duel. This is the interesting one. Secondly, there has been no more fights to the death whatsoever after my last battle. Most of the battles ended with light scratches with gladiator surrenderings before the fight even began due to obvious difference in power level. I don't remember that happening before, but whatever. Oh, I got an achievement, United Withstand. I don't even know what that is all about. I did not get it last time. I don't remember, and no one died, so I don't know why we got the achievement this time. Very well, the announcer says, while you're at it, is there anyone else who would like to join the desirable side? I say, I will, say the gladiator I defeated in the third round. I do not intend to leave this arena before settling my debt. Oh, that's why I got the achievement, settling my debt from the third round. Well, okay then, the announcer says, starting to get a bit annoyed. Anyone else? Gladiators fall silent. Seems that nobody else is planning to join us anymore. Finally, announcer says, then it's about time we get started. Volunteers, please step forward so that you may join this optional round. One of the gladiators begins to move forward, but another one pulls him back from behind. Do you have a death wish? The gladiator from behind. Don't you see who you're standing up against? That dwarf pulverized half of the manticores and scorpions all by himself. The healer and armor pretty much fought all the monsters by himself and doesn't even have a scratch. You'd have to be insane to want to fight them. Hearing the gladiator's speech, the few other warriors who were planning to join the second round. Nothing new is happening. The ambassador is just getting angrier and angrier because no one is willing to fight Darren and Hardrick and all that. Oh, Horns. I think this is where his who is it? The dragon. What's his name again? I do not remember the dragon's name, but the dragon is coming, the Dragon King. This is a non-matter choice. I chose what is the emergency last time. I'm just gonna choose the same thing. We're gonna move on. Tyrath, that's his name, Tyrath, right. You can stay there and rot. Tyrath says, I didn't come here for you. I came here to get revenge and to prove to an insignificant insect just how hopeless it is to oppose me. Are you talking about me? Yes, I'm talking about you, miserable wretch. Tyrath shouts. Now stop talking, activate your magic stats again so I can prove to you how weak you truly are. Okay then. There's the same thing after that, so that's why I'm not reading it. I've already read it. This is where everyone is fighting Tyrath, and the Golemuk, the king, says that, you know, to offer to pilot the thing. We're gonna offer to pilot the aircraft just the same way we did last time, so I'm not gonna be reading this. This is the option where I chose to wait for a better moment to attack, and I died. So I know the correct option is attack the dragon, and with that, this book is pretty much done as far as I can tell. I'm not gonna be reading this because I've already read it. This is a non-matter choice to ask Araka if Aiden is still hiding around. I didn't ask her because there's really no point, so I'm not gonna ask her anything. Which I did not. I did the same thing last time, so it's kind of pointless. This is book 2, chapter 6. Not many choices in this one. Not sure. This is a non-matter choice where Melindra is talking. She levitated us, and she's like, "Okay, are you done talking? Now I want to ask you something." And she's gonna offer her deal to go to Olender and kill and whatnot. So I'm just gonna go on. We're all listening. This is a choice where she's offering the device, which will let us see where the golden pine cones are, and it's like, why would they lend us such a rare device for free, is what I chose last time, and that's what I'm going to choose this time as well, because it's pointless otherwise. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but this is the better choice, I feel like. So I'm gonna go with that. Why would they lend us a rare device for free? And then she goes on to say something like, oh, we're just gonna take it from him, or something like that. This is another non-matter choice where she's like, she's taking the oath, the white mage oath or whatever, and so I chose last time that it should not be considered over until the device is actually in our hands, and which is pretty normal, I would say. That's fine, so we're gonna go with that again, and I've already read this, and she's gonna be like, sounds fair. Alright, I don't remember if I did give the stat device to Melindra last time, but I think I did. Yeah, I think I did, and she gave us like some code to increase the hearing stat for a few seconds or something like that, but I'm gonna read this because I don't quite remember. Never mind that. Melindra says, could you lend me your stat device for a few moments? I'm curious to see how well it resonates with my aura. Yeah, but make sure you don't mess with my stats. Of course, Melindra says, I only need to do one test and you can have it back. Yeah, and then she takes it and blah blah blah. I did not get achievements, which means I did read this. And then what she is giving me, where is it? I just use a code to increase the hearing stat temporarily by a few points in order to see if my actual hearing sense improves or not. It meant, yeah. Can you give me the code? I ask her. Sure. Alright, this thing. I didn't I write this here somewhere? I feel like I wrote this code on a paper somewhere. Wow, I totally don't know where the paper is. Alright. I'll take a screenshot then. There's another choice. I don't remember what I chose, so I'm just gonna read a little. Of course they did, Araka says, but I was only getting stronger with each spirit that absorbed. By the time the really strong spirits figured out what I was doing, I was actually too much for them to handle. What happens to the spirit that you absorb? So, are they still alive inside of you? Sort of, Araka says. Technically they're still there, but they're in a dormant state. They're not conscious of anything that's happening around them. The absorption process is irreversible, so they may as well be dead for all the difference it would make. So what did the gods have to say about all this? I said, didn't you say that they live on the magical plane too? Why couldn't they just unite against you in order to kill you? Haruka says, you don't think they tried? The gods are nothing special, they're just magical spirits like the rest of us. They only started calling themselves that after they found out that they could harness energy from beings on the earthen plane, as long as they made them their loyal followers. Once they gained enough followers, all of that worshipping went to their head, and they began to call themselves gods as if they were somehow more special than the rest of us. All of their godly powers that they gained from their followers, worshippers, still didn't help them when I killed half of their kind by myself. Sheesh, you killed half of the gods on the magical plane. I feel like I've read this. Yeah, but to be fair, it was mostly the weaker ones who didn't have that many followers. Araka says, the stronger ones like the god of death, god of fate, god of time managed to hold their own against me pretty well, so we went on a bit of a stalemate for some time while I went to absorb more spirits and they tried to gather more followers. Was this when they decided to ban you from the magical plane? I ask her. Or it was some other time. Sometime after that, Arka says, when they realized that they couldn't amass their followers with the speed that I was absorbing other spirits, they had a meeting. Right. Then they're gonna use the Magium and whatnot. I think I asked about the... I don't remember what I asked last time, but I'm supposed to add, wait, you have different races in the magical plane? So we're gonna go with that. No, not just races, different races, Arka says. They're the exact same race that you have on Earth and Plane, including the monster races, the animal races, of course. Not like we have bodies or anything, but you can tell our races from our auras, just like you can on this plane of existence. Hold on, I say. Does this mean that our spirits will go to the magical plane after we die? Nah, Arka says. You don't have spirits, you only have souls. When you die, the ethereal matter that made up your soul gets decomposed and melts with the rest of the ethereal plane.